right, cool. Welcome to Voice Lessons. How much do you know about voice, about singing?
Very little.
Okay.
I know I enjoy singing.
Mm-hmm.
I know my wife has says sometimes you sound pretty good at church. Other times I want to punch you in the face. So,
all right, fair enough. So my desire and goal when it comes to like teaching people about singing or music is I want to give you tools and like help you build a foundation that'll allow you to do what it is that you want to do, right? So I don't, although I do believe that there's a healthy way to sing, I don't think there's like a correct way to sing, right? Because you're going to need, if you're going to sing a rock song, you're going to need a certain type of technique. Classical, musical theater, all sorts of different types require different things. And so my desire would be to give you as much of like a toolkit to use as possible, right? And that means we're going to have to start very foundationally, which means I want you to stand up, and then when you're standing, you can move that out, you're going to want to feel a release. So you're going to lift your chest, right? Like that. And then you want to kind of feel, but you don't want there to be any tension, but you kind of want to feel a release up through your back, like into your neck, if that makes sense. Have you ever done yoga before?
yeah.
So yoga, it's like, right, it's like bring it in here. You don't want, again, you don't want pain. It might be a little bit difficult if you're not used to using your diaphragm, right, and in your abdomen, but you'll get used to that over time, right? That'll build over time. So you want to do that, lift up, but you're not like flexing your chest out. It's just you're bringing everything up into a forward position to where you are like pretty much just ready to face the world, right? And then you could even like, you could overdo it and then relax it back down a little bit. You know, you don't want to collapse.
Yeah.
Because when you're breathing and everything's collapsed, then it's going to fall on, crush your diaphragm. You know, nothing's going to be in the right position as well when you try to sing. So you want to be in an optimal place to be able to bring air in. And then, because like once you do that, that actually helps if you're relaxed here and in your back, that'll actually transition and help you to be more relaxed in your throat, right? Because a lot of people develop vocal problems by having too much tension in the throat.
Okay.
Because this, you know, your throat is a muscle, right? So it like most other muscles, if you put too much tension on it, you can strain it, or you can cause all sorts of other damage, right?
Okay.
So start with there, just kind of get used to that, get comfortable. Again, it shouldn't be painful. It might be a bit of it might feel a little bit strange the first time or the first few times, but like I think just that'll develop over time, right? And I will, again, remind you of that from time to time if I see
You're slouching.
this, I might remind you from time to time. So you're there. Now, the next thing would be a breathing exercise. So when you breathe, a lot of people go, what happened to my shoulders when I breathed?
Stop.
Mm-hmm. So you actually don't want to do that when you sing, because that is, again, tension, and tension's bad for vocal health, right? So watch when I breathe with good technique.
Your belly.
Yeah, all down here. So yeah, again, and your shoulders are going to move a little bit, but like, I'd say practice it just a few times, breathing in and out. And again, you want to actually feel your stomach move, yeah, like almost entirely, and nothing up here or in the shoulders or in your chest or anything. Nice, yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. All right. So those are things that, as you continue with vocal training, if you do continue, increasing awareness of your body and what your body's doing is going to be the main thing that's going to help you and assist you in like the rest of your vocal training, right? Like posture and breathing are the two, I think, things that people skip over that they shouldn't, right? Because
so instinctive. Want to lift
yeah,
up. Okay.
Yeah, and again, that's something that you'll build over time. But I think if you really want to like focus on vocal health, which is important if you want to sing, right, then you're going to want to just remain conscious of those things. And if you notice you're doing it, or if I notice, I'll let you know. So let's just do a little bit. We'll start pretty simple with some vocal exercises, and we'll see kind of where your range is. I'm not sure what your range is right now, so we can do a little.
Do I need an understanding of music notes?
No. I'll play stuff for you. So, can you just match pitch? That's the last one. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
I was expecting that. Do one more time. Sorry. Is that lower?
No, you did it
Okay.
right. By the way, do it just on like a hum right now.
Okay. Sorry. One more time.
Nice. That sounded pretty good. Let's see.
Easily.
Yeah, it's gonna
supposed
feel,
to be?
Yeah, so
Okay.
you're gonna feel a lot of buzz.
Yep.
That to me is like shaking the inside of my head, right? And then can you just match pitch with this? Alright, I won't push you any higher than that. That's a pretty good note. You have a A flat. Alright. No, think lower. Nice. Watch what you're doing with your hands too.
Yeah. Is that bad or good?
Well, so again, I want to give you the tools. So some people when they're singing, right, they'll as they're developing technique, right, they'll do lots of hand stuff.
Yep.
And then when it comes to a performance, they don't know how to do it without doing that.
Oh.
Right? So
you don't want to be like.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, let's say you're doing a dramatic scene and you're doing all this weird stuff with your hands. It's like, yeah. Well, don't put them. Just keep them at your sides.
Okay.
You can line them up your pinky with the seam of your jeans and just stand there like that. Good posture. There we go. Try that first one again.
One more time.
It seems. Is that like, does it feel a little bit too low to resonate it?
I'm just not sure where to find it in my throat. If that makes sense.
So that one's it's too low for me. So it seems like.
Because when I hear myself recorded, I have a very nasally, high-pitched voice. So I always sound like perky, but I don't necessarily have like a high range when I'm saying to the radio. And that's when my wife's like.
Well, training that upper range takes a really long time to get it. Like, I don't know. I hear a lot of people who don't spend the time properly training it, and you can either injure yourself singing like that, right? Injure your voice, and then you can't do it again. Or
sounds squeaky.
Yeah, they like it. Yeah, it just doesn't sound pleasant to listen to, right? Or you actually kind of spend the time finding the right place, and then again, you can expand outward from that and do different things as you see fit, right? Or as the time requires. So the next thing is we're just gonna have you sing some vowels. So can you try singing on an ah? So ah. Okay. When you open up, getting into vowels is it'll be a little bit tricky, but Okay, we'll talk a little bit about like tone quality. So
Okay.
listen, I'll demonstrate like the differences in tone quality. And again, like sometimes you'll need the extremes of both ends, right? But most of the time you'll want to sit somewhere in the middle with a balance between bright sound and dark sound. So here would be like a really dark sound. Oh, right? Where it's like, do you hear that it just sounds like it's swallowed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And here's ah, where that's like almost too much, right?
Same note, but just different scale of it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the same note, but it's just I'm changing what's happening in here in my mouth and specifically in your palate, which is like the roof of your mouth and how the tongue interacts with the roof of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So that changes the sound, right? And changes the tone quality of the sound. So a bright sound is going to sound a lot higher. So let's say I sing, oh, oh, that's going to sound lower than like this. Ah.
Interesting.
Even though this is
a lower note.
So this is a lower note, but it sounds higher because of the tone quality. So let's actually we'll do some pitch exercises where you can mess around a little bit with some tone quality stuff. So match that with now try to make that sound as dark and like swallowed as possible.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And a reminder right now, again, this is something that'll, I think, develop over time, but you probably want to, when you're singing, like minimize as much movement of the head as possible. Because that'll just throw things off a little bit up here. Now try making that as bright as possible.
Oh.
You're down. You're right there. There we go. Now make it as nasally as you can. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
One more time.
Yeah. Like put like almost a smile when you sing. There we go.
Okay.
It feels weird.
It does feel weird. That's
funny. So that's as bright as you can make the sound, and then it will.
That's higher pitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
That'll be the next one, or the octave up from there.
Weird.
So you have the dark, oh, right, really far back,
Yeah.
and then feel. So could you feel?
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Nice. Okay. So
It's
can
like
you
the
feel?
back of the tongue versus the top of the nose.
Yeah. So could you feel how the sound moved? Okay. So what you want to do is find the balance between those, because you obviously want like a full, like the full rich tone, right? But then the problem with that is that doesn't carry very well. But then, so the bright sound carries really well, but no one likes to listen to it.
I think that's what happens to me in the car. You got it.
So let you go. So I mess around with some tone stuff. So start in the back. Then balance the two of them out. Add a bit more brightness to it. And it seems like do you have any vibrato? You know?
I don't know what that is. So yes.
The shaking.
Oh, I've never sang before, so I don't know.
Okay. It doesn't
Fake it.
It sounds No, that's no. That's,
Don't shake your voice, but shake your throat. Got it.
No. So vibrato is something that happens naturally in a like a relaxation of the throat. So this is kind of an advanced thing, or a little bit more of an advanced thing, right? Once you develop some.
But do you ask that because you hear that, or do you ask that because that helps find that range?
Because I'm trying to figure out what it is what you're using to sing, right? So some people are like flexing their vocal cords really really tough, right? And it's cutting out all the vibrato. Versus some people are so free that it's like which is then that's like too much, right? Where there's no pitch because the vocal cords are fluctuating so much. Because that's what it is, right? Is that the vocal cords are going like that.
So it could be involuntarily. I thought it was a style choice for singers.
Well, it can become that, right?
Jeez.
So
complicated.
So like for me, right, when I'm singing something, let's say I'm up here, I can go and I can do both. So I can start it, or I can do back, you
Got
know, so I can do it at will and stylistically as it's appropriate.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it.